All right, well, welcome everyone this Saturday morning for another Super Saturday. And for those of you who are brand new to XALO, welcome, and this call is for you. Now, when anybody makes the decision to get involved in XALO, of course, the first few questions that they have is, how do I get started? This training is designed to help you know a good, better, and best way to get started in your XALO business, as well as what to do in the first 48 hours. So first of all, I'm showing on the screen right now a recommended initial order, and I have a little screen sharing tool. I'm showing you the entire document. These documents are available online, but I'm also going to shorten the screen so it'll make it a little bit bigger for you and focus on each one of these products. Now, I'm going to go through the training and you're going to understand why, but we recommend that when a brand new person gets started that they order their product for their personal use, but we also recommend that you order some additional product for promotional use in your first 30 days in the business. Now, of course, different people have different budgets, different time budgets, different financial budgets, so we have a couple of different choices, as well as different people will focus on different products within the XALO line. Now, there's two main products that we recommend that you pick one to focus on. One of them is our XALO Limitless. This is an all-natural energy drink that has only 3 grams of sugar, 15 calories, tastes fantastic, way healthier than the other options out there, the Monster, the Red Bull, the Energy, these that are loaded with caffeine and calories and are putting a lot of people in the ER today. So it's kind of a easy lead with the business to just talk about a single product. We recommend a single product focus, and that's all you talk to a prospect about on the initial approach. And that's Limitless is a fantastic business builder. Our other business builder is the XALO Ageless. Now, the aging process begins at 30 years old. We see it happening, which is why so many athletes have to retire shortly after they turn 30, and an athlete making it into their 40s is incredible, very few and far between. And it's because of this aging process that begins at 30 where we start to lose muscle tone and where our bone density goes down and we start to have all these age-related health issues. And Ageless is an incredible answer to that with these 9 key ingredients formulated with these 3 different blends. It actually attacks the aging process from 3 different angles, and it's been phenomenal. People get phenomenal results. Many people with 1 use, 2 uses, 3 uses, with a week, with a couple of weeks, and this product was just launched. It's brand new. It's easy to talk about. It's easy to get people to try. So you focus on one or the other. Now, when you're brand new, pick one. If you're under 30, I recommend the Limitless approach because you've got more credibility talking to people about something that you'll use and you'll recommend, or that you've got experience recommending, that you've got other people that you have recommended to try the Limitless who are using it and having good results. And if you're over 30, the Ageless is a wonderful approach, especially, I would say, under 30 Limitless, over 50 Ageless, and in between, pick one, because there are people that are in between that are doing one or the other. As you get experienced and as you start to learn, you'll be able to identify the prospect and approach them with the one solution that you think they would respond best to. That's kind of when we get to that master prospector, where we can, by asking simple questions of a prospect, we can identify whether we should talk to them about Ageless or Limitless, and whether or not we should focus that initial conversation more towards the business or the product. But for right now, we're brand new. We're just going to pick one product to focus on to get started. And so Limitless or Ageless, pick one, and it's going to be the product that you will have the most credibility using and sharing your personal experiences. And the people that you come in contact with each day, it's the ones that they're going to be more likely to use. So here's the recommended initial orders. If you're focusing on Limitless, then these are the Limitless Builder Packets that we recommend. A good Limitless pack is our starter pack. It comes with 80 individual servings of Limitless plus a shaker cup. The wholesale price on that is $125. It has 100 points, which qualifies you for all the initial compensation. It'll qualify you up to 5 levels of compensation in the uni-level plan. It'll qualify you for a Power Start bonus, which is paid weekly on the first order of your brand new distributors, and it'll qualify you on the customer bonus program on your own personally sponsored customers. So it's a good way to get started. A better way started is with our Limitless Promoter Pack. That's basically double the starter pack, but it qualifies you at the 200-point level, which is for all bonuses in the XALO compensation plan. It qualifies you once you've also earned the PIN title, but for your personal volume requirement, all the way for the full 9 levels of the compensation plan, global bonus pools, lifestyle bonus pool, or a lifestyle bonus, and for 9 full levels of commissions on all customers within your 9-level organization, as well as a 2nd-level Power Start. So really, if you're thinking about doing this business, you should be at least coming in with the promoter pack, the better way. But if you're serious about the business, then you want to come in the best way. The best way is with our Limitless Builder Pack. It has 400 individual servings of Limitless. The cost on this is $5.99. It has 500 points. There's a $31 savings. And now you are going to have enough individual samples of Limitless to really get a heck of a 30-day head start. Now, when you're brand new in the business, your first 30 days is your most important time. This is the time when you don't have to have the knowledge or the credibility or the skills of a business leader because you're brand new. You'll never have that brand new time again. So you really want to take advantage of that brand new time, and also the ability to use the opinion approach. So you're not even sold yet. Even if you've signed up, you're really not going to be sold on the business until you develop a belief in the products and in the opportunity that you can make money, that this product really is a great product, and you're going to get that belief. Right now, if you're brand new, you're operating on faith. But when your people that you share the product with and the opportunity get excited and tell you how great it is, when you start getting checks and you start cashing those checks, all of a sudden that faith turns to belief. The belief turns to passion. The passion drives you and drives your business. So you want that first 30 days to prospect as many people as possible. And the very best way to prospect is not just to prospect, but also to put samples in their hands so that they can experience this product while they're evaluating the business model. Now, I'm not saying you want to give the product away. Most people could not afford to give the product away. So you can sell these individual boxes, or you can put a 3-pack sample together, a 5-pack, a 1 week, and you can just put them in a little Ziploc bag, however many samples that you want, and sell them. 3 for $5. However it is that you want to sell them, $2 a piece or 3 for $5, and let the person decide how many samples they'd like to have of the product while they're evaluating the business. Now, if you are focusing on ageless, then there are some different ways to come in with ageless. So ageless comes in a 1-month supply of 30 individual servings. Now, both ageless and the Limitless, these are little packages. You simply tear open, throw them in a water bottle, shake them up, drink them. So they're very portable. They're fantastic products that you can take with you anywhere. It's wonderful. But the individual servings allow you to also sample out the ageless. So again, you can sell a single pack of ageless for $5, or a 5-pack of ageless for $20, or whatever it is, or sell it for more. You can make profit. This is your business. And I tell people, depending on their budget, if you are scraping pennies together to get involved in this business, then charge a little bit more for it. Give them a reason to come in for a month's supply. Give them a reason to want to save the money by getting that signing up as a preferred customer and getting a 30-day supply. So a good way with XALO is just to, and again, this is in addition to your personal purchase that you're going to consume, because this is promotional product. So if you come in on a 280p for 2 boxes of ageless, get an extra box so that you can share with people, so that you've got some samples, so that when you're prospecting people and giving them information about the business, you can sell them a sample so that they can actually try it. And again, I like to sell at least a 3-pack or a 5-pack, because people are really starting to notice results within a couple of days. Many of them with 1 serving, but I'm finding 3, where that 3rd day people are really starting to experience things right away. So a good way would be with 1 extra box of ageless. A better way is with 2 extra boxes, and the best way would be with 5. Again, 5 boxes, that's 30 samples in each box, that's 150 samples. If you put them together in 5 packs, that's 30 prospects in your first 30 days that you want to call, invite them to evaluate this business, and also to try the product. So this is the recommended orders. But now let's talk about the actual training, and I'm going to show you that on the website we have 2 different getting started trainings. One is the MB30, or the Focus on Limitless Getting Started training, and the other one is the ageless. And we're actually going to talk about the ageless today. But again, they're both there. So depending on your focus, it's going to depend on which training that you're going to want to focus on. So let me get the good, better, best for the XALO. So XALO ageless is really what this training I'm going to be focusing on today. And again, they're there for MB32. You pick your focus, and then that's what you're going to do, talk about, duplicate, etc. And then as you've been in the business for a while and you start to learn about other products and start to develop those skills, then you're going to know that really you're going to talk to whoever about whatever you think they would respond to the most, and then that's how you're going to get them started with that focus. All right, so let's just talk about it. It matters how you start your business, because the 2 biggest reasons why people fail, and I shouldn't even put the word fail here, because people actually don't fail in this business. What they do is they quit. They quit before they achieve success. It's really impossible to fail in this business, because if you continue talking to people and sharing products and sharing a business opportunity, you will eventually find somebody who's interested. So it's not something that you can fail at. However, there are people who will quit because they don't get off to a fast enough start, because they don't ever develop a belief in the products, and they don't believe that they can make money. And if you don't believe these products are great, and if you don't believe you can make money, you cannot be successful. You know, the average person will consume a couple $100s a month with the products that we have available to them. But in addition to that, we want to have the promotional product. We talked about that, the good, better, and best way to get started off of that order form. But by coming in the best way, by having this promotional product, and you want to order tools, you want to get yourself a system. My Power System is fantastic because it has all the tools, all the videos, all the audios, all the documents in that back office to help you share the message of XALO the most professional way, the most effective way, and to be able to track and follow up with prospects and know what they've seen and experienced and have more information available to them to follow up. You need to get and use the tools. There's a lot of other tools that are available. There are people who want to start their business without investing too much in tools and whatnot. Well, then things are available for free. On our blog at ourpowersystem.com, I create wonderful presentations, and then I make them available. I share them from our media or from our demo account so that people can see them, use them, and share them until they're ready to make a decision to get involved. But again, we're talking the best way. The best way is all in. Get the tools, use the tools, share the tools, and learn how to become the messenger. Now, here's the big secret. So when you come in the best way and you've got these extra samples that you can actually put product in people's hands to try while they're evaluating this business, we're kind of doing what I call a test market. Now, it's not your traditional test market. It's not like you're standing in the mall with a clipboard trying to talk to people or anything. What it basically is it's having people that you know try these products so that they can tell you their experience. This is a powerful way to build your belief. And it's also a powerful way for the person to really, as they're experiencing the product, while they're reading about it, while they're learning about it, they're listening to these webinars, and we share information with them on Dr. Johnson's presentation, and he's talking about the 3 theories of aging and how these key ingredients are beneficial, and he talks about the folklore, he's talking about the science, he's talking about the studies, that this is what you'll experience. And they're using the product while they're reading, learning, listening, watching, absorbing this information. They start to, wow, I can feel, yes, I've noticed this, yes, I've noticed that. And then it helps start building their belief in the product right off the bat. So what you want to do is you make your order, and now it's going to take some time for your order to come. So it'll be anywhere from a day to 4 days usually, depending on where you are in the country. And so during that time, so you just placed your order, you're pretty excited. What can you do? Over that next 24 to 48 hours, this is golden time when you can make your list, and we're going to talk about that in a minute with the 48-hour assignment, and then start contacting people on that list and inviting them to be part of your test market. So it's an easy phone call to make, and here's why. It's because you don't have to know anything about anything. All you're doing is telling somebody about something you're looking at that looks exciting, it sounds good, it looks good, but before you make a decision, you would like some people that you personally know and trust help you evaluate this. Now, this is a wonderful approach, especially for people who have, quote, burnt their warm market. For some of us, and myself included, we have been in this industry for a little while, and we have talked to people that we know, our friends, our family, our warm market, about more than one thing. So when we're trying to talk to them about XALO, they might automatically have kind of a closed mind. They might think something like, you know what, I told you not to talk to me about anything else. You might be afraid to talk to these people, or maybe you're afraid because you've never done anything like this before, because this person's successful and makes money, and who are you? You're just a hamburger flipper at McDonald's, or whatever your story is, whatever your reason to be afraid is. This is a wonderful approach for what we call our chicken list, because you're not trying to pitch them on all the millions of dollars that you're going to make in this new business. What you're doing is contacting people that you know and that you trust to say, help me, can you help me? I've been looking for something. I think I found something, but before I make a decision, boy, I'd sure like your opinion. It's an approach that works with everybody, but you've only got that initial 30 days. It's kind of hard. I could never use the opinion approach. However, I still can, because we have a brand new product age list. I am going back to people that I've talked to before. I can't use the opinion approach and help me evaluate this business for sure. I already know how amazing this business is. But I can say, which I have been saying, we're launching a new product. It sounds amazing. This is what I started to do in August when I first heard about it. I had no experience with the product at all. Got some samples, but I started calling everyone I knew. I said, oh my gosh, we're launching this new anti-aging product. It sounds incredible. I would sure love it if you would order some. I want some people that I personally know to be the first to try this product and give me your feedback and tell me your results. You know, if this product is as good as it sounds, And if you're looking for a way to make some extra money, I don't know what timing is right in your life right now, but oh my gosh, this looks like another one of those billion-dollar brands and multi-million-dollar creators. And that's been my story. And a lot of people did. So, but when you're brand new, you can use this opinion approach towards the business, not just this new product, but towards the business. So you're going to make your list, you're going to contact people on the list, and you might say something like this. Hi, John, this is Sue. You know how I've been looking for a solid home-based business that I can really believe and succeed in? Well, I just came across something that looks like everything I've been looking for. It's a company called XALO. They brought a product to market about 11 years. They built it to $1 billion brand. In the process, they created over 100 millionaires in their first 10 years. And now they've launched a whole new division called XALO, and it's happening all over again. I'm calling because I'm looking for some people that I personally know and trust to help me evaluate the product and the business opportunity before I make a business decision. Would you be willing to purchase some product? Give me your feedback. I'd really appreciate it. From everything I think that I've heard, I think you're going to love this product. So now you can say, you could try a whole month's supply if you'd like for, say, $150, because again, we want to give them a reason to want to buy wholesale, to sign up as a preferred customer to buy wholesale. So you could say that, or I could give you a 1 week supply for $40. Let them decide, and then or a 3-pack serving for $20 for a 3-day supply, just so that you can try it. So you can make your decision and stuff on that, but the important thing is to invite them. And then next, you want to schedule an appointment to drop off the product, another appointment about a week later to follow up, present the opportunity, and have them join you in the business. So one really great way to do this is a home meeting, a potluck home meeting seems to be the most effective way. A potluck is something about a potluck because you're asking people to bring a dish. So if I invited you over to potluck, and especially if I've done this before, and I happen to know something that you make that's absolutely amazing. You make this amazing queso dip. And I say, I'm having a potluck at my house next Monday. I would love for you to come and bring your queso dip. Everybody loves your queso dip. And then you can meet some other people that have been trying the product too. And I just want to kind of share some stories and just see what people think about the product, and then just have some fun. Just kick back, have a barbecue, have a potluck, whatever it is that we're doing. And it's a very casual thing. We're just going to kind of share our experiences, but we're getting together as friends. It's a social thing. But I got you committed to bring your queso. So now during that week, I'm going to be following up, sending some emails and some media packs from my power system that have videos from maybe Dr. Johnson on the product, maybe another one on a business leader sharing the opportunity, just some different. So they're already getting some information during this week-long process. And I'm also calling them midweek to just touch base. Now, some people are going to have profound experiences within 1 or 2 or 3 uses, and they're going to call you. They're going to say to you, oh my gosh, Colli, that product that you sent, that's amazing. Let me tell you what happened to me. And other people are not going to call you, but you're going to follow up with them after 2, 3, 4 days, somewhere during the week. You're going to follow up with them. And then you're going to say to them, yeah, I just heard from Joe, and Joe told me this happened to him. And, oh, yeah, it's funny that you said that because I was going to call you. I noticed this happened to me. So we're creating this conversation and building this anticipation, and then we're reminding them about that potluck that we're going to have. You're still on for the potluck, right? Boy, I can't wait till everybody shares their stories. This product is amazing. So then in the potluck, the night before, you're going to send them an email reminder, contact them that day, maybe a text. See, I like phone calls, texts, and emails because we're contacting people through all the different media outlets that there are and reminding them and continuously putting XALO in front of their minds. So, all right, so let's say my potluck's next Sunday. Let's say I came in today. Maybe I came in a couple of days ago. My product's on its way. It's going to be here Monday. I've done my 48-hour assignment, which we're going to do in just a few minutes. I've made my list. And so today's the day that I'm going to be making all these phone calls. And next week, next Sunday, is when I'm going to have my potluck or my barbecue. And so as I call each person today, then I schedule my day. My product's supposed to come in on Monday, and I want them to have been on the product for 3 to 5 days before the potluck. So Tuesday is the day, let's say, that I set aside, and all I'm going to do Tuesday is go drop off the samples to people. And also, if they're not going to be home, I'm going to, whether they are or not, I'm going to pick up checks. So Tuesday, I'm dropping off products and picking up checks. And if they're not going to be home, I say just put it in your mailbox. And we're on the front porch, wherever it is that you decide, but dropping off product, picking up checks. So let's say it's a 1-week supply for $40. You're going to leave a check to me made for $40, and I'm going to drop off their product, or whatever it is, a 3-day supply for $20. I'm just going around dropping off products, picking up checks. You know, this on Tuesday, I could break even in the business, whether I came in the good, better, or the best way, because it's all about how you come in. If you come in the best way, you've got 150 samples. So if we do 7-day samples, 5-day samples, 3-day samples, we've got anywhere from, 10 to 30 people, depending on how many days that you're giving them in these packages, but we're going to break even. We're going to pay for that entire 150 samples with a profit. So we're probably going to have our product for free at this point, depending on how much we package these samples for. So Tuesday, dropping off product, picking up check. I come home from Tuesday. People are starting Tuesday night. I'm giving those instructions. We want to take this product, put it in a water bottle, 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, shake it up really good. Some people love the product by itself. Other people want to mix it with the juice. Just depends on your taste buds. So you may want to mix it with some kind of a juice or whatever it is. You know, obviously, if they're Zango juice drinkers, that's my favorite thing to mix it with. But we want to give them those instructions. They know what to expect and how to take the product, and that's what we do on Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you're going to start to get some phone calls from people telling you about whatever happened to them. By Friday, you're going to be calling those people who didn't call you first. Saturday, you're going to remind them about the potluck, and of course, Sunday, we're going to have the potluck. Now, when we have the potluck, we're going to invite our upline. If they're local, they're going to be there in person. If they're not local, then they're going to Skype in, or they can be on a conference call or something, but we definitely want the first person upline from you who's making money. Now, $1 million club member is awesome. However, it's not necessary. It's a person who's got a money story. What's a money story? I've been in this business for 3 months, and I'm already a 5K lifestyle bonus qualified, earning $1,000 a month. That's a money story. And then if you don't have direct access to the $1 million earner, then that 5K lifestyle bonus qualified upline can talk about the $1 million club, the multi-million-dollar club, and how many people are there and the people upline from them that are accomplishing it. All you want is somebody who can talk money, because you can't yet because you're brand new. You're not really making money yet. Actually, you already do have a money story, because you can say, you know what, I just signed up last Thursday to get my product, and by Tuesday, I was already at break even. Actually paid for all the entry costs of the business and everything, and even made some money already. So you've already got a story, even though you haven't even got a check yet in the mail. But here's what's going to happen. So at this party, we're going to present, and they're already going to have seen a lot of this information that you're going to email them and stuff before. They've already seen information on the product. You've already sent them a business presentation. So they already know that. Now it's just time to share personal stories. So we're all sitting around, we're talking, hey, everybody, let's gather. I just want everybody to kind of share their experiences, you know, and then you want to start with the person who has the best story first. You say, you know, I want to start with Joe. Joe, you called me the very next day after, can you just share with everyone what you shared with me? Joe shares his story, and then you call on the next person who called you first, and the next person. And what's going to happen is, let's say there's somebody there, you checked in on them Friday, and they're like, yeah, I haven't noticed anything. Oh, well, it's unfortunate, but, some people, there's a lot of results people don't get until they've been on the product a few weeks, some of them even a month, and there's some results for people who have been on for 2 and 3 months, but not everybody gets a result in the first couple of days. So they're coming anyway, and then they heard Joe tell his story, and they heard Marcia tell her story, and then all of a sudden somebody shared a story about something, whether it was good sleep or the numbness in their leg was gone. I mean, I had this regeneration by the 3rd day where all of a sudden my whole right side of my leg and right foot that have been numb since 2005 regenerated. Now, some people might not notice when a numb body part regenerates until somebody else says something like that. And then they're like, oh, and they start to feel, you know what? I didn't think I noticed anything, but now that you said that, I had this, and this is what, and it's gone. So that's why this group dynamic, this meeting is so important, because even people who didn't think they had a result find out that they had results. So at this party, they're going to invite people to join. Some will, some won't. Some will just join as a customer. Some will want to become distributors. Now, you can do this however you want to, but I kind of have a new way that I've been doing the business lately, that even those who want to sign up as a distributor and come in the very best way, I'm bringing them in as a customer first. The only reason I'm doing that is because everyone I've ever sponsored since the beginning of time has said they're going to build this business, they're going to walk across stage, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And I find about 80% of people or more don't ever do it. They don't ever get off the ground. They don't ever talk to other people. They're just so busy with their life and their schedule. They're always planning to get around to it. Now, some people do eventually get around to it, but a lot of other people never get around to it. So by bringing them in as a customer first, I say, well, you know what? Let's just start this way. We're going to start bringing in as a customer first, and you can still do this. They can still come in good, better, and best as a customer, and they can get other customers involved. But what happens is, if they never get around to it, then it's no big deal, right? Because you're going to earn a 15% residual weekly customer bonus on that person and all their orders forever. But if we focus them on the Nothing Beats Free programs, we say, you know what, come in as a customer first, get you focused on Nothing Beats Free. Once you've earned your free product, once you've sponsored 3 to 5 other customers that you're going to refer those customers, and it depends on what product you want free as to how many referrals you need to make. But we're going to bring in, help you refer enough other customers to qualify for free product. And once you've done that, now we'll get you started in the business. Now, the reason I've been doing that is because that clock for Ready, Set, Go, when they put in that program, when they put in the rank advancement bonuses, and they have the accelerated rank advancement bonuses, where if you do 20K in 6 months, if you do Premier in 1 year, that your bonuses are more than doubled in some cases of what you're going to earn for your rank advancement bonuses. So I want the clock to start when my distributor is ready to start, not while they're planning to, not while they're thinking about it, not while they're someday, but when they're really, okay, I get it, I've tried it, they've already used the product, they've already developed their belief, they've already had their initial test market, they've had people over for the potluck, they've got all these other customers, all those people are coming in as customers, and at that point in time is when I would upgrade them to a distributor. Because if I bring you in and you come in the best way, and you do this potluck, and you've got 10 or 15 people, or even 3 to 5 people sitting in your living room that are all coming in, that's when I can go back to you and say, fantastic. Now that you've got a nice group of people, before we go any further, I want you to upgrade to become a distributor, because now as a distributor, you can not only earn the free product, but now we can start earning all these commissions. You're ready to start. You're ready to start because you've got a team of people ready to start with you. And then I have that person upgrade to a distributor, and all of their guests come in as a customer, even those that want to do the business. Anyway, this has just been amazing doing it this way, because what happens is at that initial home party, and again, if I signed you up as a customer and I'm there in your living room and you've got 10 or 15 people, I'm converting you to a distributor before we bring in those 10 or 15 people, because I want you to earn the commissions, but we're going to bring them all in as a customer. So I bring in everyone as a customer who's at my meeting, but once I'm doing a meeting for my new distributor, then they're converting to a distributor so that they can earn all these commissions. And so what are they earning? If they're signing them all up as a customer first, so they're getting a 15% customer bonus on all of them. And then when they do their own party and they upgrade and they become a distributor, then you're getting a 25% Power Start bonus on their order, and now you're earning the residual customer bonuses on all of their people that are signing up. And then when their people convert and become a distributor, you're going to be earning the second level Power Start bonus, which is 15%. As long as you're at $200 a month, you're eligible for all this, on all of their people. It is so much more money that everyone makes right up front. And what happens is people are becoming 1K instantly. The day they convert to a distributor, they're becoming a 1K. And if you duplicate this process, it shouldn't take more than somewhere between a week to two. Let's say 2 weeks out from the time you're at your party and you make a decision that you want to do this, and you order your product and it has to get shipped to you, and then you have to schedule your own. So let's say it's somewhere between 10 days and 2 weeks from now when you're doing your own, then all of a sudden you do that 3 times. You have 3 people that came to their party to do their own, and you're going to be 5K. And so we're having people hit 5K in their first 30 days if they're focusing on this program. So this is a wonderful way to build your business. Good, better, best way to come in, do your test market, invite people that you personally know and trust to come in, evaluate these products. What you're doing is you're selling the samples, the product that you came in with, so that you're break even within just a few days before your credit card bill even comes in the mail. You've already made your money back and then some. And now we've got a group of people coming to the first event with testimonies and stories that they're sharing with each other. The excitement level is high. It just feeds off of the enthusiasm in the room, and people want to get started, and many of them in the very, very best way. So let's look at the 48-hour assignment, because now you're at the home meeting. You just did your home meeting, and people say, all right, I want to do this, and we're going to sign them up as a customer first or not. It depends if you want to do it that way or not. It doesn't really matter, because it works either way. It's just for the people who never get off the ground, you'll wish you had signed them up as a customer first so that you could be getting a 15% residual weekly check. But either way, it doesn't matter. But what we need to do now is you're ready to be a distributor. So whether you're signing up as a customer, you're still coming in as a distributor. If the mindset is, I want to do this business, even if I start you as a customer, I'm still treating you as a distributor, because that's what you are. You're not really a customer. You're a distributor in customer status. So as soon as you sign up, I want to give you this 48-hour assignment, and I want you to complete this 48-hour assignment. Now, I posted this on the blog telling people to download this and fill this out. So for those of you who are brand new and have done that, I'm actually going to give you your 48-hour training right now. And for those of you who have not done that, what I'm going to give a 48-hour training, but you need to become the teacher. This is available to you on the blog to download, and you will give the 48-hour assignment to your new people, and you will do the 48-hour training to your new people within the 48 hours. So again, I'm going to assume you just came to my home meeting, and we just launched our business, my business, and we're going to launch yours within 1 to 2 weeks from now. So I am going to give you this 48-hour assignment and have you take it home, fill it out, and then I want you within 48 hours to get it back to me. We're going to sit down and we're going to go over this together. And we can go over it together. We can do it on Skype. You know, this world has become so easy to do this business. We can actually do this long distance. Everything I talked about, by the way, can be done long distance because Xango's customer program. So obviously they'd have to get an entire box of XALO to try it out, but you could sign them up right on the phone as a customer with Xango and have them send them the product, which I've had a lot of people do. A lot of the people I contacted when it first came out, most of them are long distance. And so with Xango's money-back guarantee, it was a no-brainer for me to take orders from people who just wanted to, you know, sure, I'll try a month's supply. Maybe if it doesn't work, all they have to do is call the company and say, you know what, oh, my money back. That product didn't work for me. Haven't had anyone do that, but they could. And so knowing that up front makes it easier for them to make a decision to try that product. But people that are long distance, I've got new people in Australia. I see some of you in the webinar room right now. Boy, that's a long ways away from here, but it's just a Skype call away. And I can share my screen on Skype just like I'm sharing right now on this webinar. So it's really easy right now to do this business. If you have the opportunity to get together locally, always better. Building personal one-on-one relationships is fantastic. The next best thing is by getting on a Skype or getting on the phone. You can have this printed in front of you. I can have it printed in front of me. We can go over it together. So there's a whole lot of ways we can do it. But here's what I want you to do. So I'm giving you your 48-hour assignment right now, and these are the things that we're going to go over within the next 48 hours. New distributor checklist. What I want you to do in the next 48 hours is write your goals, develop your prospect list, and look at your time management and figure out what time you're going to make available to build your business. Now, I say make available because there's very few of us sitting around with nothing to do, hoping and the universe will just provide something that we can do with our time. We have to manage our time, and we have to make time for this business. I also want to plug you in and get you committed to do your first 30 days training, to all the webinars and conference calls that are going to be available, to the next local event, the next regional event, the next national event. I put them in your calendar even if the next event, the next international convention is 2 years away. I want you committed to it because this is all about you're launching your business, and I want these expectations up front for you to understand what you need to do to be successful. We're going to review the pre-distributor training, the getting started training, and the compensation plan. I want to identify and help you get to know your sponsor, which if we already have a relationship in this situation, you already know. But if not, let's say long term, as we all go and we finish working our warm market stuff, we start talking to strangers, somebody we met at the bank or somebody we met at the grocery store. And so that person, we need to develop a relationship and get to know each other. So I might have to introduce, just really let them get to know me, my background, my availability, how to best use me. But then most importantly is this is a team sport. This is all about the team. It's about developing teams and about plugging your team into your upline support team. So I want them to get to know, to identify and get to know the first person upline from me who's a 5K or above. And then from that person, the next person upline who's a 20K or above. And from that person, I want the next person upline who's a premier or above. And then from that person, the next person upline who's a $1 million club member. Now, I want these because these are important people. Now, for some people, for example, if I was to sponsor you, I am a 5K or above, a 20K or above, a premier or above, and a $1 million club member. So that's why it's important to the next person, the next person, the next person. Even if I am all these things, you need to have a team to work with. And I'm not a team. I might be your coach, but I'm not the whole team. So I need to plug you in. So I would plug you in and I would identify my sponsor, Ray Heron, Ray's sponsor, Dwayne Dyer. Dwayne Dyer is the only one that can't really do this, right? But we're identifying a team so that you know that you've got a whole team of people to work with. Then I want to help you sign up for and set up your myzango.com account. Now again, even if you're a brand new customer, customers get a referral site to refer other customers. So I'm going to start them with that. Once you become in as a distributor and you've upgraded and got your whole distributor site, I want to show you how to use and how to set up your site so that you know how you can send people the information to sign up, for example, and order ageless. If they want to do it online, they can do that. And I want to show you your back office, and I want to show you the tools and the documents that are available there in all kinds of different languages and all different countries. There's so much available at myzango.com. So I want to teach you that and show you that. mypowersystem.com. I want you to sign up for mypowersystem.com because it gives you the tools and the training, but most importantly the tools to share the product messages, the opportunity messages, and to be able to put people into a database and to be able to track everything that has happened with them and to be able to see and be notified if they go to your marketing site and they fill out a form and they're viewing videos, and you'll get notified and know that. It's just important. Facebook.com is just probably the most used social media outlet in Zango because we have so many wonderful Facebook communities. We've got Facebook communities on the different product groups. We've got the MB30 page, we've got the XALO page, we've got the corporate pages. So, but most importantly, the reason I want you to set up your own Facebook account is because this is one of the best ways to create your list. Now, I can give you, and I have in this 48-hour assignment, a printed piece of paper where you will write down the names and the phone numbers and stuff of people that you want to contact. And it's wonderful to have an actual printed list because you can take that with you anywhere. You can have it available, pull it out, look, talk to people, call people. So the printed list is wonderful. But how do we find the phone numbers, and how do we think of people that maybe we haven't talked to in 10 years that aren't in our cell phone, that aren't part of our current circle? So by setting up a Facebook account, then all of a sudden searching for people, that's a whole nother training, and we do those, and we'll make those available to you if you're brand new. If you don't have a Facebook account and you're kind of afraid of the computer, we'll walk you through that. But you can set up the account, and when you're setting it up, you're putting where you were born and where you grew up and what city you live in currently. And if you add things like the schools you've attended, the jobs that you've had, as you're adding those things, then other people who have those things in their profile will come up as a recommendation for you that you might know that person, that you can have them as a friend. It's crazy how many friends that I had not seen since I was in high school that I have found and reconnected to on Facebook. And there's lots of other things too that you can do. Google Circles, and you can go to Classmates. If you're in the military, military.com. There's a lot of social media outlets now that will help you find and connect with people. But I want to start with Facebook and get you on the Facebook. I want to plug you into the Zango and the XALO Facebook communities, and I want to help people find you, and I want to help you find other people. So then I want to use the resources at mypowersystem.com and ourpowersystem.com. Our Power System is just a blog for My Power System users. It's the open blog. It's basically a website where everything is there, not behind closed doors, but there for everyone to see and access. And there's a lot more stuff on the blog than there is just about My Power System. And I'm going to take you to it in a minute because I just added something about building for events, which I want to make sure that you're aware of and that you start accessing and using. Zangosphere.com. This is Zango's blog, and this is where Zango gives all their exciting news and new things that they're posting. MyZango.com. That's your website. MyZango.com/Colli is mine. Here's going to be / your name, whatever it is that you set it up. That's part of setting it up. Once we set it up, you're going to have your own domain name that you can send people to, where if they were to sign up or purchase products, it would be automatically sponsored under you. And I want to plug you into the Facebook communities, facebook.com/Zango Juice. That's the corporate page. XALO Experiences. This is a new page. This is a completely, totally generic website, actually, XALOexperiences.com. And it's on Facebook at facebook.com/XALO Experiences, where all there is stories from people that are experiencing results using XALO products. That is not system specific, upline specific. There is no promotion of events or conference calls. There is nothing on that site other than XALO Experiences, which again is one of the things that I'm going to share with people when they first come in and when they're in that test market phase, because while you're sitting at home by yourself experiencing this product, wondering whether or not you're getting your results after 1 or 2 days, if I have you reading the experiences on XALOexperiences.com, you're going to be going, oh my gosh. And then you're going to start to notice some of these things happening for you. And then My Power Systems on Facebook at facebook.com/My Power System. So that's what I'm going to plug you into. Next, the bottom part of this form is simply, as the things that we just talked about on the checklist, I'm going to write them down. The next webinar, the next local event, the next regional event, the next national event, your sponsor. This is where I'm identifying, putting their names, putting their numbers, so that you have that already filled out with you. You're going to be taking this home, and the rest of it you're going to fill out and get back to me. The next page is the 48-hour assignment managing your time page. Just a moment. There we go. And this is simply a list where I'm going to have you fill out the time that you cannot do the business. The time you can't do the business, obviously, if you have a job, you have to go to work. Now, you may have the kind of job that will allow you to multitask and be building the business while you're at work. A lot of people do. I mean, truck drivers, they have their cell phone and Bluetooth. They can be doing this business all the time while they're driving that truck. And other people have a job where absolutely not. It's forbidden. You cannot discuss anything with anyone, which, by the way, if you have that kind of a job, you can still have short little conversations if you do it appropriately. I had a friend of mine who was a politician and absolutely could not talk about their business while they're in the Capitol doing, business or whatever. But they would be riding in an elevator. Somebody would make a little comment about, I got to do something in addition to this. And they would say, you know what? I have a home-based business that I actually just started that I'm pretty excited about that's really working for me. I know this is not the time or the place to talk about it, but if you'd like me to give you a call some evening when you're at home and talk to you about it, I'd be happy to do that. And the person would say, yeah, sure, and then they exchange info, you're done. So that kind of prospecting you can do anywhere, anytime. You can always be doing it, but I'm talking about significant time where you can sit down, where you can make phone calls, where you can send out videos and information from your Power System back office, where you actually have time, and you want to have time to do this business. We need at least 2 hours a day, and we can find that. And, I really recommend that your first 90 days, you find every waking moment of time that you can possibly put into your business. 3, 4, 5 hours a day, more than that if you're able to, because your first 90 days, boy, if you put the pedal to the metal and you get your business off to a gigantic, huge start, you can accomplish what might take you a year or two to accomplish otherwise. So, or maybe not at all, because some people never get their business off the ground because they never put enough consistent time into it to get it to go anywhere. It's kind of like taking off a jetliner. There's no way that plane's going to get off the ground if you're like accelerating, decelerating, accelerating, decelerating. The only way to do it is this full bore all the way. It is all the way down that runway. It's all in, right? You can't like get 3/4 of the way down and go, okay, do I have enough momentum here to get off the ground? Oh, maybe not. I better slow down just in case there's a problem. I don't want to. No, it's all in. You're going to get that plane off the ground, and you're not. It's all in, and that's really what we want to do. And so first I'm identifying your time so that I know, do you have time in the morning? Do you have time in the evening? Do you have time in the middle of the day? A lot of people, if you had an 8 to 5 job, then maybe on your way home from work, you could do a little prospecting. You could stop at the mall and go mall surfing. You could, get right home and get onto your computer and your phone. You got a place in the house that you can have a couple of hours of private, exclusive time. Whatever it is, I need to know so that I know how to work with you. So I have that, and the next thing I give you, though, is the sacrifice. This is about that being all in. This is about that 90 days. I really want 90 days. I really believe that 90 days is critical. If you want to build a large, successful, 5-figure a month business. Now, if you're just looking to get your products free or maybe make a few $100s a month, not important. But if you're telling me your goals are to retire, to quit your job, to be full-time, to be able to stay home with your children, to make 5 figures a month, then I'm telling you, you need to sacrifice for at least 90 days. However, with all that said, I take what I can get. So I have kind of a blank up here. You tell me, you're willing to sacrifice for what? Maybe it's only a few weeks. Maybe it's a few months. Maybe it's 12 months. Whatever it is, you're going to tell me because you need to be comfortable. I don't want you to overcommit to me and tell me something that I want to hear but you don't plan on doing, because otherwise you'll get frustrated at yourself. You'll feel like you're letting me down, you're letting yourself down, and you'll end up quitting. So it's important that this is realistic. That's something that you can make the commitment that you can really keep based on what you want, based on your goals, not based on my goals. The next thing we need to do is we need to write the goals. So we need to identify what it is that we want in this business. What are the goals that we have? This is an old story, but the most powerful example that I have ever seen about goal setting. It was a study that was done on a Yale graduating class, 1953. When I first heard this, I thought, well, Yale, if you're going to Yale Law School, you probably aren't even a person who has to write goals, right? Because you're already goal-orientated. I mean, if you're going to get a much better job than somebody graduating from a community college, right? You're already, even to get into Yale, you're already a very driven, motivated, successful individual. So when they asked this class to write their goals, only 3% of the class did it. And I kind of thought, well, I can see that, because the other 97% probably thought the rules didn't apply to them, right? They're already superstars. They don't need to write their goals. But 20 years later, they looked at the net worth of all of the members of this graduating class, and the net worth of the 3% who actually did put their goals in writing was greater than the total net worth of the other 97% combined. Now, that does not drive it home. When I heard this is when I finally wrote my goals, because the first several years in this business, I never wrote them. I thought, well, I know what they are. They're in my head. Writing them down, thinking about it, taking the time to really identify what you want and making it real is powerful and will help you accomplish those goals. Now, I want you to know that one of the things that I do is, when the person gives me the goals, is I actually take some of these things and I have them create a dream board. And you can create dream boards, virtual dream boards. I created a dream board on Pinterest. So you go to Pinterest and look up, find my name, you'll see my virtual dream board. But I wanted, whether in the old days, I would go by the robbery report, and I would have you over at the 48-hour assignment. We start clipping pictures out of the robbery report of the things that you want to create that dream board. But it's interesting, because I watched the video The Secret, I think, the first time back in like 2005 or something. And it really made a lot of sense to me. It was about visualizing this, because I've seen it work over and over and over. But it wasn't until later that I realized that only a small percentage of people who have a dream board or set their goals accomplish them automatically. And what I mean by that is some people, the visualizing of what it is that they want automatically, biologically, sparks and ignites something inside of them which drives them to do everything that they can to make that a reality. The rest of us have to know that it's not an automatic biological thing. It's something that we have to intentionally do. That just the dream alone, just the goals alone, without action, without developing an action plan and working that plan, for most people it won't happen. But for some people it does, just the visualization, because their body chemistry sparks and fuels automatically without them even realizing it, the action that it takes to accomplish the goal. So if you've had a dream board before and you haven't accomplished those dreams, then you're not one of those people, which are few and far between. You're one of the people that have to actually say, okay, I want this, now here's how I'm going to accomplish it, and I am going to work my plan. So some of the things on here about goals, they need to be written, they need to be specific, they need to be measurable, time-focused. I want you to identify what's important to you: early retirement, a new home, new car, to be debt-free. What is your dream? If you just won the lottery, $5 million, in order of priority, what would you do? What would you buy with that money? And then, what is your monthly goal in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years? And then your perfect day. What would your perfect day be like? Albert Einstein once said, your imagination is the preview to life's coming attractions. Now it's time to put that imagination to use. Pretend like you were just hired by a famous Hollywood director to write the screenplay for your perfect day. What would it be like 5 years from now? Where would you wake up? What time would you wake up? What kind of a house would you be in? Describe everything in detail, the smells, the sounds. What would you do? Where would you go? What kind of car would you be driving? What would you do with that day? Write it in detail. See, once I know what you really, really want, once I know what you're willing to do to get it, once I know what motivates you, then I can help you develop the plan to accomplish those things. And on the days that you're down, and you will be, and you're thinking about quitting and giving up, and you will, if I can come back to you and say, you know what, you said you wanted to do this business because no one in your family, you were never able to go to college, but you want your children to be able to go, or maybe your children were never able to go either. You couldn't even put your kids didn't go, but you want your grandchildren to. Whatever it was that you said, your why, your reason, have you found another way to do that? Have you found, did you inherit some money recently? Do you have some investments that are about to pay off? Have you found another way to accomplish your dreams? And if not, I can say, well, then you know what? I told you this would happen. You're going to have more bad days too. This isn't the only one. We're going to get through this storm together. We're going to pick yourself up. We're going to dust yourself off. We're going to get back on the horse, and we're going to keep riding, because you cannot fail in this business. But you can quit, but I hope you choose not to. Now we're going to go on to the list, the warm market list. The list is everything. This is your greatest asset. This is what you have to have, a list to build this business. So do's and don'ts, simply do make it as long as possible. Don't ever prejudge. It's amazing how many people think that somebody would be good for the business who never is, or who would never be interested in the business who absolutely would, or maybe they know somebody who would. So we absolutely want to put as many people on that list as possible. And again, Facebook is a great way to create that list. Using your cell phone and going through all your contacts is a great way to create that list. There's a lot of ways to create the list or to get it started. But we want to identify people. The best business prospects are people who are already successful. or people who are people just love them and are drawn to them, people that have a strong influence over others, with others, so, and just people that you think to yourself, man, I'd love to be involved in business with that person. Man, people really like that person, or that person could be a great leader. I mean, those are the kind of people that we really want to identify first off for the business. The other thing is we want to put some product people on the list. People that, regardless of the business opportunity, we want some strong testimonials. And so I like to look at some of the biggest testimonials. Go to XALOexperiences.com and look and see what people are experiencing, and then think, who do I know that has that issue and that maybe could benefit from this product? Because in my initial list, I want to develop customers as well as business builders. Because customers, if we all had 5 or 10 customers, just imagine what your business would look like if every single one of your distributors had 5 or 10 customers. If you had 5 or 10 customers, then we all get these nice, big, fat, weekly checks from customers. Our customer volume is all paid weekly, in addition to the large monthly checks on our business builders, on our residual orders from distributors, and our quarterly bonuses. So I want product people and business people, and besides, happy customers are oftentimes your best prospects because they've already loved the product. So there's a memory jogger here, just to help jog your memory as you're trying to think about. You have somebody a blank piece of paper and have them try to write names down. Sometimes it's difficult, and all of a sudden you put a memory jogger in front of them, and they're like, oh, yeah. So, the relatives, your parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, in-laws, and you could put X's in there too. And who is your hairdresser, bookkeeper, dentist, doctor, attorney, mechanic, optometrist, dietitian, pediatrician, who drives the kids' bus to school, who's your neighbor, daycare provider, teachers, children's teachers. There's just so many people that you could think about that you might not have ever thought to put on your list without the memory jogger. Who do you know who's a golf pro, physical therapist, fire chief, chiropractor, bank teller? Maybe they're not yours, but you know that somebody who has this as a job, right? Most of us know the jobs of the people that we're friends with. Who sold you your last car, boat, truck, groceries, storm windows, curtains? Who is in a high-profile job? Who do you play cards with? Who do you know in college, in high school? Who's active in your church? Who's health conscious, or the president of PTA? There's so many things here, and then there's your list. So once you use that memory jogger, we start to put people on our list. And I recommend having a written list in addition to contact manager is fantastic, and I recommend that you use it because you can put people in, you can send them stuff, you can track their progress, you can search for prospects. It's just wonderful, but there's nothing better than having a backup copy of that on a list that you have in your purse, in your briefcase, in your wallet, that you carry around with you, so that when you're sitting at the doctor's office, in the waiting room, you've got some time, or you're sitting wherever, you're getting your nails done, you're getting your shoes shined, you've got some minutes. First of all, you should be prospecting and talking to the person who you're right in front of. But let's say they're not interested, or they don't even speak English, and you've got time to kill. So pull out your list. Get on the phone. So it's always good to have a backup of your list. So with that, that is your 48-hour assignment. Now I want you to fill that out, and I want you to get that back to me within 48 hours, and we're going to sit down and we're going to develop that action plan and start talking about the people on this list specifically and how we're going to work together to help you contact those people, starting with your home party, your potluck, your barbecue in a week, and getting your business launched that way. But then our ongoing plan of action to continue to do home meetings. So home meetings are fantastic. They're inexpensive. They're in your home. And you know what? If nobody showed up, it's all right. You're home, right? It's not like you got all dressed up and went to a hotel meeting, drove all the way across town and all that to have somebody no-show. So even though you want to go to those events, have to go to those events, we're building for those events, we want to have lots of home meetings in between, because home meetings are how we get people to the hotel events. So I'm showing you the blog right now. First of all, there's a lot of questions already in the Ask a Question box. So for those of you who have not yet have questions and haven't put them in there, when I'm doing the presentation, I have a hard time following everything that's happening in the chat room. I see a lot of stuff that was in there, but if there's questions in the chat room, please put them in the Ask a Question box in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, and I'll make sure that I get those questions answered. But I'm going to answer a lot of those questions as well as show you how to build for events on the blog. A lot of people are asking, okay, where do we get the recording for today so we can share with other people? And there's a lot of questions. I'm just going to answer them all right here. So on our blog, ourpowersystem.com, there is 2 tabs I want to alert you to. One is events, and then one is XALO. So on XALO, there are a lot of great presentations here. If you go here to the presentations, there are videos. This is the live stream event at XALO headquarters. The entire event, you can just send that link to people. There are media packs that were created in my Power System. For example, this one on XALO Ageless product, this one I absolutely would recommend that you send to all of your, when you're first launching your business, between now and the time that you have your home party, you want to send this to people. There's this video, you decide what the last 10 years of your life is, and it's powerful and engaging. And I'm just going to, for those of you who haven't seen it, show just the very beginning of it real quick. But it talks about what the last 10 years of your life could look like, depending on the choices that you make today. I'm going to make this smaller.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide.
And then the video goes into XALO, Ageless, the answer. This is a short, sweet, but really engaging, now I'm adjusting my screen share tool, so just one moment. It's an engaging video that really makes people think. It makes them think about wanting to make better choices. So it starts with that. It goes into the Dr. Johnson. It's about a 30-minute. It's just Dr. Johnson's portion of that live stream event. The information on the product, the ingredients, and then down here are XALO experiences. This is a link to the blog, not to the blog, but to the website with the XALO experiences so people can experience it. So it's a great way to present the product only. So there's a lot of presentations here. Go through them, share whatever you want. They're all available for you to just send the links out to other people. And then there's all kinds of other things, corporate resources, distributor resources, the MB30 page, which is all the MB30 tools, the training page. So this is where, when you go to the training page on XALO, click on that. It will take you to, these are the Super Saturday online training webinars. As we do a webinar, I post the link. You'll see the link sometime either today or tomorrow, depends on how long it takes the recording to finish. And then I'll also have a link, if I have documents and stuff, they will be here too. So last week I did the compensation plan training. There's the link to it, and there's the PowerPoint that I did. So this will just continue to grow. You'll find it under XALO training page. That's where you will find the link to today's webinar that you can share with other people. What I do want to share with you is on the events. So there are 2 different types of events, right? There's the Super Saturday training events for distributors, but the next event is what we're calling our opportunity presentations. So if we go to the next event, let's just look at what events are coming up. These are the events for you to build for. So you can plan your home meetings around building for the next event. So let me, again, put this a little smaller so you can see it better. All right. So the most important event is the next event. We want to have them in our living room. If we plug into the webinars that are being done, then you have everybody at your home, and that becomes your presentation, is the webinar. So what do we have coming up? Tuesday, November 12th, Ray Heron. The title of his presentation, Taking the Mystery Out of Network Marketing. It's going to be a wonderful event. Our events, we're trying to keep them under 30 minutes. They might go as long as 35, 40, 45 would be a super long one, but definitely we're trying to keep them under 30, but a manageable time so that all you have to do after the webinar, after the presentation, then is, what do you think, right? That's the best closing question that there is. What do you think? And then if you have it planned to have an upline available, whether they Skype in, whether they call in, whether they're there in your living room with you, whatever it is, if you don't have a money story yet, then you have somebody in your upline there that can just, so that your people that you have in the living room can see this is a team sport. You've got a whole team that you're working with. You're not alone. It's very important. So have an event. So Tuesday night, Ray Heron, taking the mystery out of network marketing. Anyone you know who's a network marketer would be perfect to invite to that event. On Monday night, November 18th, we have 200K Andy Willoughby. I don't have the title or focus of his presentation yet, but when we do, it will be updated and it will be on the blog. Thursday night, November 21st, 500K Mike McCarthy, 200K Betty Qualbaum. What a dynamic duo they are, and they are going to be talking about right now. This is the right product. This is the right opportunity. This is the right place, and this is right now. Let's build this thing because the timing could not be any better. And you want to get people in front of them, and there'll be more, and then archives. So Thursday night, 200K Craig Adair did a presentation. History repeats itself. Don't miss this one. So we've always got events that you can be building for. So what do we want to do? We want to invite people to it. How do we do it? There is a tool here, tools to promote the event. This is in PowerPoint. You simply click on the tool. It will bring up the PowerPoint presentation, which is just a slide. Just get it right on. I got this little screen share tool. And so here's the invitation. It's generic. And so we just change whatever we need to. So we're going to put the date in here. We're going to take this image out and put another image in of the person who's the speaker.